Or in the goat pen on the way back out to the racetrack there.
Looks like we got Isaiah Davis just come in and Cody Wyman getting ready to go out.
So these riders, I mean, lose a lot of time on pit road with that 35-mile-an-hour pit road speed, and it's such a long pit road, Chris. You know, it's at least, what, a quarter mile long?
Oh, absolutely. It's definitely a quarter mile long.
So we'll get recentered here, try to find De Silva again on that Jarito's GSXR 750. So you said DeMario with a little splash of gas, and he heads back out.
Yeah, we got bike 993 that just come in. It looks like they're messing with the controls on the bike.
There's DeMario rejoining in turn number 3. And it looks like, did De Silva come into the pits? He's now dropped from the leaderboard.
I haven't seen him yet.
Gotcha. The 7.4 machine is now top of the leaderboard, which could have been the same motorcycle, to be honest, because that's one of the 7.4 is one of the other Jarito's Suzuki GSXR 750s.
And we got Shane Lloyd Maggs just pulled into the pits too as well.
And you've got Tyler Scott there being shown in second, with Riston Griggs still being shown in third. Dominic Doyle back there in fifth. Doyle on the primer gray Yamaha 900. I was looking at that motorcycle, Chris, as I was talking to him and his crew chief. And there's a couple trick attack performance parts on that thing. And it looks pretty stock with the primer and everything else. But don't get me wrong, that thing's a sleeper. You start looking inside that thing, it looks like tinsel on a Christmas tree.
It does, and I'm sitting here with VO2leathers.com getting a splash of fuel, and it looks like a rider change getting ready to happen to get back out there.
There you go. So it's 4:13. We're about 15 minutes away from the final laps of this race, and then we're going to have a really big victory lane presentation, and I'm going to leave it up to the ASRA officials to sort out who won this race and who the top 3 were in each class as it continues to change lap by lap.
Looks like Tyler Scott just did a 1:52.074.
That's fantastic. Yeah, again, I think the times for most of these riders seems to be the comfortable time to settle into is right around 51s, 52s, maybe 52s, 53s. But we know from last year's race, not only here but last year's race in the spring, that the race winners got to stay consistent under those 50s. They got to be running 59s, or 49s rather, 49s and 50s.
Yeah, Dominique's currently at a 150.4.
There you go. So he can do the pace. It's a matter of how long can you do that pace, right?
Absolutely. He's looking really good out there on that new Yamaha.
Yeah, absolutely. So we still got 5 sprint races coming up here this afternoon. So we are coming to the conclusion of this race here in the next 15 minutes or so. And then we've got 5 more Super Sport races, starting with the 500 Super Sport race. And I don't know if the laps are going to change on those at all, Chris, but we've got 5 races to go and only about an hour and a half to do them. And so it'll be interesting to see if they change the number of laps for each of those races, and what number of laps they run for those, and so we'll see. what happens with that. I'm sure race direction will let us know what we do moving forward with all of that. I don't think we want to push any of those till tomorrow. We've got races 7 through 21 tomorrow, I think. 37 races on tap for the weekend altogether, including this one here, which is actually
Riston down the front straightaway.
Oh yeah. Showing De Silva back in the lead now on the leaderboard as the number 55 machine back up front, 42 laps complete. Remember that the Daytona 200 was always 57 laps. So I think out of this 2.5 hour team endurance, they were hoping to run some more laps in addition to the 57 laps. But now at 42 laps complete with about 15 minutes to go, about, let's call it 2 minutes a lap, I just don't see them getting many more than that in.
No, I see the white flags waving now.
Oh, there you go. So, wow. Okay. Well, it's supposed to be 2.5 hours, and we're at 2:16 right now. So that's interesting. And it's too bad because it looks like a couple of riders are going to get caught on pit road, where if they knew the white flag was coming out this early, they may have stayed out.
Absolutely.
Wow, that's going to really catch some of these teams off guard. And one of them is Scott Gilbert's team, one of the ASRA officials. So that's going to be fun.
Yes, it is.
That'll be a great conversation at dinner.
Right.
Hey, why is the white flag 15 minutes early? Anyway, which it may not be. I'm just saying, if the race started at 2 o'clock and it was a 2.5 hours, I thought we were going to 4:30. White flag flying now for the field, so we'll see how this shakes out here in the last lap as Riston Grigg and Gabriel De Silva, Dominic Doyle, and Tyler Scott work their way to the checkered flag here. It's De Silva being shown in the lead on the number 55, Harito Suzuki GSXR 750. Tyler Scott on the Vision Wheel M4 X-Star Suzuki. Team Hammer in second place, and Riston Grigg on the Economy Lube and Tire HSBK Celtic Racing Ducati third. And here is the checkered flag. And oh, that was so close. He almost got clipped from behind there. Did you see that, Chris?
I did.
Oh my gosh, that was scary. Wow. Almost here disaster here at Daytona. That was so close, but De Silva will take the checkered flag and the win. And of course, he will win the solo race competition on that number 55 machine. Tyler Scott I'm not sure I've seen Tyler Scott cross the finish line yet.
I haven't seen him.
And then Dominic Doyle on that Chuck Chiquetto Liberty Street Racing Yamaha being shown there in fourth. And if that will be his finish, it'll be a good finish for him, just barely missing the podium, which is too bad because he's put in some really, really good laps here this afternoon at Daytona International Speedway. There's Grigg across the stripe, so Tyler Scott just ahead of him. Riston Grigg across the stripe taking the checkered flag, and looks like a total of 44 laps they got in here this afternoon. So not quite the 57 that they were hoping for to get a full testing distance for the Daytona 200. But those two red flags did not help whatsoever. I think we killed about 30 minutes or so.
Oh, absolutely.
And there's Doyle there. There's Dominic Doyle across the stripe. Man, the aerodynamics on that Yamaha just looks awesome, doesn't it?
Absolutely it does. It's a beautiful machine.
It looks a lot like the BMW from up above, and a little bit like the Aprilia, with just that long nose and the the fins and the fairings and everything. So anyway, all right, now it's up to the ASRA to figure out who went where and who finished where. And but we're going to be in the winner's circle for sure, celebrating everybody who's down there. And it's going to be the number 55 of Gabriel Da Silva. I know you guys, good friends. We had a great interview with him last night that was actually posted on the Daytona socials. If you want to see that video from last night with Gabriel Da Silva, go to Daytona's, might be on Dunlop's, but go to Daytona's social media sites and check them out. And you might see the interview we did with Gabriel Da Silva last night and his prediction on how he might do today.
That's right. I'm so pumped for him and his team. He absolutely deserves this win.
All right, Chris, I'm going to head downstairs to Victory Lane. We'll see you there.
Absolutely.
We're going to jump in and get some interviews done while they sort out everything in the winner's circle. Tyler Scott, you were able to jump out there, get a pretty good lead. Man, your starts here from that outside row are unbelievable.
Yeah, I was lucky to get some pretty good starts. Big thanks to the whole Vision Wheel M4 XR Suzuki team for all the hard work that they put in this weekend. The bike feels amazing. It's been dialed in since we've got here, and me and Sean have been going back and forth throughout the weekend, helping with the development of the chassis a little bit, trying to make the bike better for the 2026 Super Sport season. And can't thank those guys enough for the time to come down here and test, and I feel really good on the bike going into next season.
Yeah, you look fantastic. Congratulations. Good luck next spring.
Thank you.
SDK, Sean, Dylan, Kelly, I completely forgot in all that because last year I was used to these guys kind of running their own race. I totally forgot you were going to jump on the bike for the end of that. But one heck of a race. You guys are throwing us on some pretty good lap times. How's the bike feel?
Yeah, I mean, that was all on Tyler, clearly, right? I only got a few laps in at the end, and nothing for me. It was kind of a surprise to be running this race today. I wasn't really expecting it coming into the weekend, so I had a really good time ripping the 750 around my second day with the bike. So just trying to understand it, trying to help out Tyler and the crew so they could obviously be more competitive. And honestly, I just had a really, really good time. Again, thank you to the whole Vision Wheel M4 XR Suzuki, because all they do is work hard for us. And yeah, definitely a fun time. Not as many laps as Tyler, but he deserved more time. He's been ripping around here.
There you go. Good job and congratulations and good luck next year, man. Good job.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Work our way over to, there we go, Riston Grigg back behind us on the Warhorse Ducati, the 727 machine, also a part of Celtic Racing and the million other sponsors, right? The Economy Lube and Tire. I can't go through the whole list, but I've been trying to go through them. Of course, powered by Grigg Electric, right? Nice run, man. Good job. You guys went back and forth, tested some different tires. I'm sure you guys are looking at fuel mileage, everything else. How does this feel? How did you feel about the lap times that you were able to put in that race?
The first 3 quarters of the race, I felt a lot better about them than the last quarter. It's been a long year. I've been off the bike a lot, so I'm kind of not really in riding shape, so my mental kind of faded before my body did. But honestly, it's the fastest I've ever ran here. I did it really consistently, and I felt pretty comfortable and smooth, and the team did great on pit stops. I couldn't ask them to do better than that, so I'm just really happy to finish the race up top and on the podium, or on the bike, and on the podium. So, just huge thank you to everybody, man. This has been a very challenging year for me, and I'm glad to be here.
It looked like when you guys were in the infield, a couple of the bikes had a little bit more pull on you coming out of the corners, but once you guys got up on the banking, this thing had the legs to run. Did you see yourself, where did you see your advantages on and off, in the corners and maybe on the banking?
I felt like I had a little bit of advantage in the keyhole. I was running really good in there. And then especially coming off 4 and 2, just staying up high and then dropping down off the banking, just gave me a lot more momentum and drive. But other than that, in the infield, I've never been comfortable in the infield, so I just try to stay, just smooth and consistent through there, and just like get a little bit better each lap. I found some time in 4, for myself. So just a little bit here, a little bit there. I didn't feel like I had a real advantage on Ty and Dominic, but we stayed pretty consistent and stayed pretty good. So.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to set you up really well for the springtime. Congratulations on your efforts here, and good luck next spring, man. Well done. Yes, sir. Tripping over here. Let's work our way over. We'll work our way over to Gabriel Da Silva. Hey, man, when we talked last night and did a little interview, you had a little smirk on your face like, yeah, I might have something for those guys tomorrow, and I'm feeling pretty good here at Daytona, and you proved it today. Well done.
Yeah, it's been my first weekend here, but ever since the first couple laps I did, I really enjoyed it. It's been a pretty cool experience coming here. It's like my local track, so local track that I've never been to. So it's kind of cool to be here. It feels like home, and I had a good time. It was really fun. It was good doing that race out there with Gary Johnson also riding with me, and I learned a lot. It was cool to be out there. It's a little disappointed on the first stint. Kind of felt like I had a good pace, but it just took forever to get up to pace. But I'm excited now for the sprint races for the rest of today and then Saturday, Sunday. So it should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, this sets you up really well for the weekend, I think, and obviously some good testing and some good information for next spring.
Yeah, I actually haven't touched my bike literally at all besides sprockets. Literally haven't done anything to it, and just been riding, just been having a good time, and definitely a couple things that I think we could change to make an improvement, but I don't know, I'm just here for a good time, out crewing myself and everything, so just enjoying it.
There you go. Gabriel Da Silva, everybody, on the Jaritos Suzuki. Well done. To Gary Johnson, Gaz, hey, we joked last year about the fact that, you're coming over here and you're used to being, the Isle of Man TT rider and everything else, and that you really don't even see the walls here at Daytona.
No, it's not quite got lampposts and curbs to go over, but hey, it was a fantastic race. Loved it every second of it. We've got a lot of teething problems with the bike, and, I can only thank my teammate Gabriel. He held strong. He was strong throughout the race, and his times, you know, I supported him, but I was the weaker rider, and it's not nice to be the weaker rider, but together we was a good team. We had a small pit crew, and you know, we're doing it on a small budget. It's been good, and thanks to Dunlop, I did a double stint on my tyre, and the tyre was fantastic. I can't thank them enough. You know, all the organisers, everyone's looked after us. It's just a great event.
Love it. Thank you, Gary. Always good to see you. Thanks for coming over. We appreciate you being here, brother. Well done. Give it up for Gary Johnson, everybody, and your winner, Gabriel Da Silva on the Jaritos Suzuki. Gabe. So, hey, here's who we need in the winner's circle right now. Need Gabriel Da Silva. Ty Scott. And Matthew Chapin.
What a podium.
All right, there you go. All right, we're going to work ourselves back to pit road for our next race as they get that all sorted out here in the winner's circle and get trophies all sorted out. Where did Mario go? Mario. Where's my Jaritos, Mario? Where's my Jaritos? Come on, man. Come on, you got to deliver. I like the lime. I'll take a lime. A lime and a grapefruit. Next race. I want a lime and a grapefruit. All right. Sounds good. All right, we're going to work ourselves back over to pit road and get ready for our 5 super sport races that are coming up here this afternoon as the ASRA gets sorted out here in the winner's circle with their team challenge results. There's some overall results there. There are class results. Good luck to you. I'm going to work my way back over to pit road and get sorted out for our next few races. We're going to start stacking these because we got to be done by 6 o'clock and out of here by 7 p.m. tonight. Remember, no fuel is allowed to be stored inside the garages, so make sure you keep all of that outside the garages this afternoon. Chris, one of your favorite guys, DeMario over here. Hey, man, didn't even know you were here this weekend. I didn't see you last couple of days, and then all of a sudden I see you on the grid. That was a pretty fun ride.
Yeah, I just brought the 660 out here to get some track time. You don't get much track time here, so it's been a fun race. Just trying to learn the track as much as possible and get ready for the 200 next year.
Yeah, did you do that solo, or were you part of the team challenge there?
Well, yeah, I just did it by myself. I was trying to get as much track time as possible, and I'm kind of bummed that they cut it a bit short, but it was still like really good track time, so I'm very happy.
Yeah, absolutely. Good to have you here. I'm sure any time on the racetrack here at Daytona International Speedway is valuable track time, so especially on this thing. You got a couple other things working for next year. We don't have to talk about any of that, but glad you got the Aprilia out. Glad you got some time, and good to see you, man.
All right, good to see you guys.
There you go. Give it up for all of our riders in the team challenge and endurance race. Talk to Art Diaz, the defending #1 plate. He's got this beautiful Yamaha going here with the #1 plate on it from 2024. Well done, man. You guys have a good time there? You're just in Daytona Beach?
I really like Daytona. The racetrack really suits my riding style pretty well. And we came down here. We already had the team challenge lightweight class championship wrapped up. We're the defending champions from last year. So we came down here, didn't really need to ride, but we came out and had a good time. I don't know if we finished in the top 3 or not. There's some fast kids down here for the race this weekend, but we won all 3 races at the first part of the year, so I was pretty happy with that. We had a great crew down here. The wife's here helping out. All our friends are here. King's Fitness is one of our sponsors up in Duncannon.
I can see it's working. King's Fitness is working for you.
Well, the other riders were the ones working out, not so much for me.
There you go. Give it up for Art Diaz, everybody, defending the #1 plate. Normally number 83 in the Mid-Atlantic and Southeast regions, man. Good to see you again. We're from the same regions up there, Old Maryland, Virginia, stomping grounds, the Summit Point Raceway. Good to see you back at Daytona, brother. All right. Back to pit road and getting ready for 500 Super Sport coming up next. 500 Super Sport. Those riders should be getting ready and getting dialed in and getting hydrated as we're going to shift over to sprint race mode. The 500cc class looked like it was going to have 5 laps as their main event, and the others were looking at, I believe, 6 laps. But again, I don't know if we're going to shave these down at all to try to make it in time and finish everything up by 6 o'clock this evening, but we'll see. We'll see what's happening. Current time 4:36, and we've got 5 races left on the docket this afternoon. Congratulations, everybody, in the team challenge and endurance race. Heck of an effort. Good to have everybody down here celebrating, when we'll celebrate these teams in the winners, at the awards ceremony later on this evening in the driver's lounge. for all the teams that have stuff on pit road. You can keep everything there on pit road overnight if you like. However, they recommend sort of taking it down and tying it off. As soon as races are done here today, they will be locking this gate. So make sure you have all of your stuff out of pit road that you need overnight. And first thing in the morning, they will be locking this gate as soon as racing is done. So you got to make sure you get all of your stuff out of here.
Make sure you guys get everything off the grid unless you're working down there, because they will be closing up at 7 o'clock tonight. What a race that was. Congratulations, Gabriel De Silva. Rev Fire Group, as the exclusive fire truck of the Daytona International Speedway 2025 race season, Rev Fire Truck Group is honored to support the safety, emergency, preparedness in motorsports. Rev Fire Group is comprised of fire apparatus manufacturers that pave the way with industry first innovations. With a full range of fire apparatuses available from the leading brands E1, KME, Ferreira, Spartan Emergency Response, Spartan Fire Chassis, Smill, and Ladder Tower. Rev Fire Group deliver apparatuses with the highest levels of performance, reliability, durability, and safety. Our mission is to make the difference in the lives that count by protecting those who protect us. Make sure you guys visit the marketplace. The motorcycle marketplace is open daily, October 16th through the 19th, starting at 9 a.m. and free to the public. Visit many of the nation's top aftermarket products and vendors to find parts, accessories, and apparel at the Daytona Motorcycle Marketplace located in the Midway. And don't forget, there's Bikes and Base. Don't miss the Bikes and Base Bike Show located near the Advent Health Injector in the Midway. You're not going to want to miss this custom bike show and motorcycle audio competition showdown. The Bikes and Bass Bike Show begins at 11 a.m. on Friday here at the Daytona International Speedway. And also, they have the Slingshot Show back again for the Fall Cycle Sheen. Come see us, Slingshot Show, located near the Advent Health Injector in the Midway. The show begins at 11 a.m. on Saturday, and you don't want to miss out on this great event. Keep up with breaking news and all the latest fan information. Stay connected with the World Center of Racing by liking us on Facebook.com, Daytona, and following on us on X and Instagram at Daytona International Speedway.
Yes, let's go. I'm going to head upstairs to the tower as we get ready for our next race. Transitioning over here to sprint racing.
And don't forget, everybody, to make your return back to Daytona International Raceway of March of 2026. Bike Week returns to Daytona February 27th through March 8th. Be here all week to experience back-to-back motorcycle events that thrill fans of all ages, from high-flying stunts to intense racing. Daytona is the place to be. It all kicks off Friday, February 28th, with Daytona Supercross, featuring fast-paced racing and fierce competition. The excitement continues with Daytona Short Track on March 5th and 6th, showcasing the best flat track riders in the world. And don't miss the Daytona 200, March 5th through the 7th, the world's most historic motorcycle race. From start to finish, Daytona Bike Week is packed with thrilling events that you don't want to miss. And with saying that, man, I went to the flat track race last year, and it was absolutely proper mega up close racing. So be sure to not miss that event as well.
And it might be hysterical.
It might be hysterical. You're right. Absolutely.
Yeah, man. I'm waiting for a ride to get upstairs before they start this this next race here. I might have to run up there in between these two rounds, but trying to get up there for the production of the rest of this live stream the rest of the day. So timing of this 500 race, it sounds like they're making second and third calls, so these guys should be getting ready to go here.
Yeah, I hear some bikes down here getting warmed up. And on top of that, Daytona Supercross, get ready to kick off the 2026 Bike Week with Daytona Supercross at Daytona International Speedway on Saturday, February 28th. The thrill of Daytona Supercross gets taken up a notch in 2026 with high-flying side-by-side action on a course designed by five-time champion Ricky Carmichael. The 56th running of Daytona Supercross is sure to bring thrill and spectacle under the bright lights here at Daytona. Don't miss out on this one-of-a-kind event. Call 1-800-PIT-STOP for more information, or visit our website at www.DaytonaInternationalSpeedway.com today.
Love it. We're getting ready to go to race number 2. This is the 500 Super Sport race, and it is a two-wave start. Starting on the inside of row number 1, on pole position will be the number 99 X machine of Nathan Betancourt on the Honda machine out of Medford, Massachusetts. He qualified with a fast time of 2:12.644. Next to him will be number 64X of Valen Gomez, the Yorktown Heights, New York rider on a 2018 Kawasaki Ninja. She qualified with a lap time of 2:15 flat. On the outside of row number 1 will be number 23 of Derek Sanchez, who qualified at a 2:15.146 out of Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. He'll also be on a Kawasaki. Back on row 2, you've got number 35, Rafa Amarim. He qualified at a 2:19.4 out of Atlanta, Georgia on an Aprilia 660. In the middle of row 2 is 411, Daniel Spalding, who qualified at a 2:22 on a Castleberry, Florida Kawasaki. And rounding out that row, number 86, Marquez Williams out of Pace, Florida on another Aprilia. Back on row 3, you've got number 61, Kyle McGill out of Falls Church, Virginia on a Kawasaki. Number 886, Cora Leonard on a KTM machine out of Roberta, Georgia. And rounding out the field, I don't have any other information except Jaden McKellar will be in that spot. Back in the second wave of the 500 Supersport field will be our amateurs, including 305 Mitchell Schnorbush, number 119 of Oren Billick, and number 927 of Steven Peterson. Back on row 8 is number 54 of Caden Brown, 492 of Nicholas Sadling, and number 935 of Daniel Woliski. Back on row 9 is number 73, Frank Sanders, 727 of Carter Dabney, and number 23 of Ty Whiting. Back on row 10 is Brent Camp, Noah Giles, and Dale Schoenfeld. And row 11 is Adam Urbani, Alberto Chacon, and Roman Brock Egger. On row 12 is going to be number 4 or 5 of Evan Martinez, and number 62 of Alyssa Cunningham. That's your field of starters for 500 Supersport. This is scheduled to be a 5-lap main event, 5 laps.
What a great race this is getting ready to be, too. I got a lot of friends out here lined up on the grid, so yeah, let's go, everybody. I wish everybody the best of luck. Let's have some clean, fun, safe racing today here at Daytona International Raceway. And if you have not yet, please go to AMA 100 AMA Join. If you have not joined yet, go to Road Racing World Action Fun, Jarritos Mexican Drink, Dunlop Tires, and Pirelli Tires.
Chris, I'm going to jump out here and run across the street to the scoring tower to continue our broadcast from up there. So you get to take it away here for a few minutes till I get back upstairs. This is 500 Supersport coming up, folks.
Looks like the first wave just went out. We're waiting on the second one to be released now. And don't forget the Daytona 500, the Great American Race returns Sunday, February 15th. Unforgettable moments, edge of your seat racing. It's all part of the legendary Daytona 500. Be here as a history is made and a new champion is crowned in the race that defines legends. Tickets and packages are available now at DaytonaInternationalSpeedway.com or by calling 1-800-PIT-STOP. Don't miss your chance to be part of it. We also got the Rolex 24, the IMSA WeatherTech Sports Car Champion kicks off the season with the Rolex 24 at Daytona, January 22nd through the 25th, 2026. Car enthusiasts, race fans, and experience seekers from around the world travel to Daytona to experience the 24 hours of nonstop entertainment. From sunrise to sunset and all through the night, witness North America's most prestigious sports car race in this twice-around-the-clock marathon. For infield admission, visit www.DaytonaInternationalRaceway.Speedway.com or call 1-800-PIT-STOP. And here they come down the front straightaway. It looks like we got a battle for first place going into turn one. Looks like we have Derek Sanchez in first with a 214.603, followed by Nathan Betancourt of a 215.003, followed up by Valine Gomez at a 2.15.852. We got a battle for first place coming back into turn one. Derek Sanchez. We got Daniel Spalding in fourth with a 2.20.872. Looks like we got Cora coming into the pits right now. Making a slight adjustment before she goes back out. Man, I'm really impressed with Team TBEX Racing. And Cora's back off to the races. Looks like we have Valine Gomez in first place, followed by Derek Sanchez, and then third with Nathan Betancourt, followed by Daniel Spalding, Oren Billick, followed by Kyle McGill and Caden Brown. What beautiful weather we have today here at Daytona International Raceway for these amazing races. White flag is out. White flag is out. We still got our leader, Valen Gomez, in first, followed by Nathan Betancourt, Derek Sanchez, Owen Billick, Hayden Brown, and Mitchell Scottenbrush. What a draft down the front straightaway. It looks like Valen Gomez was the only one in a 213.716, followed by Betancourt running a 214.507. And right behind him, Derek Sanchez is a 214.508. There is no time in between them.
Check, check, check.
Not hearing anything. Don't know.
Check, check. Chris, you got a copy? Chris, you got a copy? Chris, you got a copy? Chris?
Checkered flag is out. And it looks like Valen Gomez took the win, followed by Nathan Betancourt, and third, Derek Sanchez. Congratulations.
Those will work.
So that's what this is.
Yes, these will function. It won't come through here because I'm
So I won't be able to hear myself.
Correct. So you're good. And
He's not hearing me.
Chris, can you hear me? Chris, you got a copy? Can you hear me? Chris, can you hear me?
It's not going into his headset either.
Check,
yeah, you're on.
check.
This is. You just walk up here.
Attention race fans, when you see a Chevy accessory you want, you can order it online, even right from your phone, and have it delivered to your local Chevy dealer or at your home. It is that easy. Visit Chevrolet.com/accessories to learn more. Next up is heavyweight super sport.
Coming up next, yes, here we go. Chris, I'm back online. Thank you, sir, for covering that next race. Race number 3 will be coming up next. Race number 3. So, yeah, congrats to Valen Gomez on the 64X machine taking the win. She is now the national champion in the 500 Super Sport class. So, Valen Gomez on the 64. Way to go.
She also set the fastest lap of the race at a 2:13.719.
Fantastic. Second was the number 99 of Nathan Betancourt, followed by Derek Sanchez on the number 23 machine. Some pretty close times there. Yeah, it looks like Sanchez was right behind her with a 2:13.745. Fourth was Oren Billick. He finished fourth, his fastest lap at 2:14.9. And Caden Brown, fifth place today with a fast lap 2:16.490. We're going to transition to race number 3 coming up next. That's going to be another Super Sport race. Remember, all these Super Sport riders need to go to tech inspection after the race. This is going to be heavyweight Super Sport. This is also a 2-wave race. Starting on the inside of row number 1 will be the number 64 machine of Shane Narbonne. We know that he's going to be fast. He set a fast lap of 1:51.802 in qualifying. The Massachusetts rider is on a 2012 Yamaha R6. Number 55, Gabriel Da Silva, was sitting in the middle of row number 1 out of Coconut Creek, Florida. That's a Suzuki GSX-R 750 that he'll be on. And next to him, number 70, Bodie Page. He qualified with a fast lap 1:52.326 out of Springfield, Florida on another Suzuki. Back on row 2 is the world-famous Eric Wood, number 5, on a Ducati out of Massachusetts. He qualified a 1:52.5. Next to him, 110, Justin Riley with a 1:56.4. The Kings Mountain, North Carolina rider, also on a Yamaha. Next to him will be number 726, Anthony Corbo. Corbo qualified with a lap time 1:57.2. The Franklin, New Jersey rider will be on a Yamaha. Back on row 3, you've got number 16, Jeff Bean out of Texas on a Ducati. Next to him, 211, Jared Milelka out of Massachusetts on a Yamaha. And number 176, Nikolai Greco, the New Jersey rider, is on another Yamaha. Back on row number 4, you got number 26, Alex Johansson. The North Carolina rider is on a Suzuki. Next to him, number 94, Muniz Sayed. The New Jersey rider is on a Yamaha. And rounding out the 4th row is number 502, Joff Pelkman out of New Jersey on another Yamaha. Behind them is Samuel Fisher, Jeff Gray, and Matthew Braun. And rounding out the expert field, Casey Clark, Charles Burton IV, and Ivan Iverson. Behind them on row number 7, you've got Bob Edmiston on the Triumph. He's out of St. Lucie, Florida. Joseph Lamandry Jr., he didn't have a qualifying time, but he's set in the 20th spot back there on row number 7. And number 186 is Terry Ferguson. The New York rider is on a Kawasaki with Brandon Posh, scheduled to be back on row number 8 on the number 96 machine. For amateurs, starting back on row number 11, you've got Travis Watring, Christopher McCollum, and Santino Sebastian Ponce. Behind them on row 12 is Samuel Filkenstein, Philip Bailey, and Wesley Edgar. Rounding out the field of amateurs back on row 13 is Miguel Betancourt, Mohamed Mosheri, and Alec Billick, as well as Kevin Spaulding, William Huckabee, and Nick Hellman. That's our field of starters for heavyweight supersport. Heavyweight class was originally created back in 1984 for 750cc machines, mostly dominated now as a secondary class for 600s. Nice start from the riders on the front row. A lot of back and forth there through the middle and exit of turn number 1. It looks like Shane Narbone may have come out of that with the whole shot. Here go the amateur riders as they launch from back there.
Man, I'd keep an eye out on Bodie Page for sure.
Absolutely, yeah. Bodie Page, one of the top qualifiers there. Shane Narbone, who's always very fast here at Daytona. He's always in the lead draft for the national championship here. Leaders coming out of turn number 5 down into turn 6. They'll back shift into the left-hander. It is 64 of Narbone, who's shown in the lead there. And it's the number 70 of Bodie Page who will cuddle up right behind him there in second place. The number 5 machine, Eric Wood, there as well as they hit the high banks. Narbone's going to drop down really low. It's going to force the other riders to go down low as well to try to stay in the draft. He'll slide to the outside of the racetrack as they hit the back straightaway and approach the chicane and that tight braking area for the first time. Again, Pirelli and Dunlop, 2 major sponsors of the ASRA Racing Series. And, Narbone with a problem. Narbone with a problem in the second half of the chicane. He'll go from first to third. A little shuffle there. That may actually put Eric Wood out front. We'll have to see. It looks like the bright yellow Ducati of Eric Wood, if that was him, that was able to get through, and it looks like him. We'll see what timing and scoring says. Just a little far out there to see as they come up through the stripe. That's not going to be Wood, so we'll see what timing and scoring says there. That's... Oh, that was Eric Wood. Yeah, just a different motorcycle. He's got 2 motorcycles, and he's got the bright yellow Ducati, and he's got the black Ducati. So that is Eric Wood out front on the number 5. And your pick there, Chris, Bodie Page in second, with Narbone going first to third there in the chicane. Leaders side by side as they hit the East Horseshoe. Eric Wood with that bright yellow suit still in the lead. Narbone trying to make up some distance here and close the gap and get into that lead draft as they get to turn number 6. They'll make that left-hander and pull the pin as they get to the west bank. Wood on that Ducati, he gets a couple of bike lengths as they get up there, but here comes Narbone. Holy mackerel. He goes around the outside and just uses the draft of Wood to slingshot past onto the back straightaway, and he'll go first into the chicane. So Narbone goes first to third into the chicane and then goes third to first on the west bank, and Narbone will lead again going into NASCAR number 3. That'll be Eric Wood behind him. Bodie Page still in the draft. So Page with a great opportunity to just kind of watch some of these more experienced riders. You got Justin Riley and looks like maybe Anthony Cano back there as well. Anthony Corbo, sorry. Matthew Braun and Minas Syed. No, that's Bodie Page up front on the M4 X-Star Suzuki. We'll watch as the timing and scoring corrects, as Bodie Page will go to the front. Bodie Page, Shane Narbone, Eric Wood. So Bodie Page early on that vision wheel. X-Star Suzuki.
He just ran a 151.7.
Yep, he'll set the fast lap here early. Narbone just behind him in the draft as they hit turn 4 and the kink. A very fast left-hander through the midfield here. That's the top of 4th gear. And then back shift it twice, and the leaders go side by side out of turn number 5. Great mix here early on in heavyweight supersport. These are set to be 6 laps main events here in the afternoon. And it'll be Bodie Page who will continue to lead this trio onto the West Bank. Three completely different race lines coming off the high banks down onto the back straightaway. Narbonne trying to use the draft to go past. They mix it up. Two motorcycles that look pretty identical at 2.5 miles away. But Narbonne and Page, I believe it's Bodie Page who still leads over Narbonne as they get up into NASCAR Turn 3. Narbonne going to try to catch the draft here. He goes a little low, and so does Page. Page actually drives low as well. They come out of NASCAR 4 and down onto the apron. Eric Wood still chasing, trying to catch the double draft. Bodie Page still out front there. Narbonne on the black Yamaha. Bodie Page on the GSXR 750. So we've got a 750 Suzuki versus the Yamaha 600 and a Ducati V2. These three riders still very close. Eric Wood, with the racecraft that he has and the experience here at Daytona, he's the elder of the three here. The two youngsters very fast through the infield, but it could be Eric Wood just sort of playing coy and taking care of his tires until the last couple laps here.
Yeah, Shane's definitely got a lot of experience around here, and so does Eric Wood too, so we'll see how the rest of this lap plays out.
Yeah, absolutely. Shane Narbonne challenges Bodie Page in the braking area turn number 3, but Page will maintain that position. Eric Wood, again, back there in third, just maintains that third place spot behind the other two riders. It looks like he may have actually lost the draft. I mean, he may be able to catch a little bit of the draft, but he is not going to be in an active draft down the back straightaway this lap. He's going to have to make up a little bit more time for it to be a useful draft if he plans on using that here towards the finish. 3 laps complete now. This is going to be 4 laps this time by, and then we're going to see the white flag the lap after that. Again, these are scheduled for 6 laps here this afternoon. Not sure if they're going to modify these to be shorter races to squeeze in all of the events on time today, but the leaders are coming to the line. This is going to be Bodie Page over Narbonne. And Chris, you can see that Eric Wood is just far enough back he might not be able to challenge for that win.
Yeah, Eric's definitely out of the slipstream. He's got a lot of work to make up in the infield to catch up. Bodie Page is on fire. He's also got a weight advantage for sure.
Not only weight, but let's call it a height advantage as well. I mean, he can tuck in under, like, he doesn't even have to tuck in under that fairing. He's just under the fairing, whereas Narbonne's got a little bit of a tuck going on, and then Eric Wood's not the smallest guy in the world either, but both these guys have some racecraft, and Narbonne and Wood definitely have experience around Daytona International Speedway, and not to mention they've spent a couple days on these bikes already here at the Speedway. So Bodie Page continues to lead here up onto the west bank, and Narbonne may just be playing coy now, knowing that he wants to be in second place going to the line out of the chicane. So they will see the white flag this time by. 4 laps complete.
It's definitely going to be a battle to the end.
Absolutely.
And you're right, Shane's got a lot of experience around here. Bodie does not, so we'll see how this last lap plays out.
Yeah, next race coming up here this afternoon. So we're just, flying through the schedule here with these 6-lap main events. Again, races 7 through 21 coming up tomorrow. Several races still on the docket. 1 lap to go for Narbonne. We'll see what he does here. Bodie Page protects the inside going into turn number 1. So Narbonne has no choice but to follow or go around the outside. So he chooses to follow him through turn 1 and 2. I'm expecting Narbonne to just sit behind him here through the infield and wait to maybe pull the trigger as we get back to the chicane. Lightweight Supersport is coming up next. Lightweight Supersport riders coming up next.
I think it's going to be a draft battle to the checkered flag. So we're getting ready to find out here in a minute.
Yeah, absolutely. Eric Wood is definitely not in the draft. He's going to be solo, so he should round out our podium. There's nobody even close to him to challenge, and he's just outside the range where he could challenge for the checkered flag. So Bodie Miller will continue to lead through turn number 6, that long left-hander that leads up onto the west banking. Narbonne still just sitting right in his draft, right on his back wheel. They get up super high on the banking. Bodie runs right through the middle. Narbonne drops down, kind of pulls Bodie with him. So Bodie Page will lead going into the chicane. And, oh, of course, they're going to come across a lapped rider coming out of the chicane as they get to the high bank. That might make a difference here. Bodie Page will still lead. Narbonne in second. And Narbonne will stay in that draft up through NASCAR 3. One rider ahead of them. A bright yellow motorcycle coming to the line here. White flag continues to fly. Narbonne in the draft. He's going to pull the trigger here. They're going to go low. Down through the draft. Here comes Narbonne. He got blocked by the lapper, and he's not going to be able to pull it off. It's going to be Bodie Page to the checkered flag with Narbonne in second and Eric Wood in third. Great race for those three gentlemen. Eric Wood just didn't have the speed in this race, but we know he's still kind of getting dialed in. Eric Wood, a 152, 124 to finish that race. And Narbonne, a 150.977, fastest lap of the race, but it's Bodie Page that will take the win.
Yeah, it's hard to get in a draft somebody that's super small like Bodie Page and getting a full tuck.
Yeah, absolutely. Switch over here and see if I can find the amateur winners here. Looks like in the amateur class, it's Santino Sebastian Ponce who will take the win on the number 55 machine, with Travis Watering, number 623, taking second place, and Samuel Finkelstein taking the final podium position. So Sebastian Ponce, Travis Watering, and Samuel Finkelstein will be the top three in amateur. And it is Bodie Page, Shane Narbonne, and Eric Wood taking the win there in the expert class. Calls being made for the next race coming up. Again, that's going to be lightweight super sport. Lightweight super sport coming up next. So, Chris, make sure you catch these guys as they come back under the Rolex bridge there. Make sure you grab your winner and let him know that he's now the national champion in that heavyweight super sport class.
I don't know who won, so it's up to you.
So Bodie Page down there in the winner's circle. Mobile One victory lane with Chris Simcoe. We'll throw it downstairs to Chris. Chris, you got Bodie Page?
over there right now.
So lightweight super sport race is coming up next. Again, another 6-lap main event. This is our third of 5 sprint races here this afternoon.
So I'm sitting here with Travis Washington. Tell us how your race went. Obviously you won, but what was the keys to success? What was your main keys to take away from this race win today?
Honestly, I think just having a little bit of seat time here yesterday, a little bit of mentorship from Davey Loikitz, a little bit of help from Michael Scott and the Scott family. Overall, just a little bit of mentorship to try to stay a little bit lower on the banks since I'm not on a 1,000, and put the energy you have into the infield to try to break away so nobody has a draft, and seemed to work for me today.
Absolutely love it. And tell us who came together to make all this happen for you this weekend.
Overall, pretty much a lot of the stuff as far as bike-wise is done by myself. I got a bunch of suspension help from Mike from Triple Strong Racing. This bike's set up on K-Tech. It's working amazing here today. I have zero complaints with how the bike is steering, with how it's handling. Yeah, overall, no complaints. Happy with the bike, happy with the track, with the weather. Absolutely no complaints. Just have to say thanks to God first and foremost, and everybody who makes it happen.
Absolutely. Congratulations, Kyle Retherall, on your win today. Let's go.
So lightweight super sport riders heading out on course for their warm-up lap. They'll return to their grid positions. Josh Baird, one of the riders out there in this race, number 99, Josh Baird. You got number 384 of Ryan Schoenfeld, 298 of Sergio De Molfetta, the 35 of Rafa Amorim, 142 of Andrew Graham, 31 of Merrill Moen, and number 21 of Darren Clemens. With them is number 174 of Clifford Coglietti, number 5 of Clariston Silva, the 86 of Christopher Woodman, and number 411 of Daniel Spalding. Number 86 is Marquez Williams. Number 886 is Cora Lionheart. And number 54 is Caden Brown. Number 13 is Sean Stanton, 276 Kyle Weatherell, and number 23 of Jason Griffin. 97 is Aaron Gustafson, 703 is Joel Powell, and number 41 is Chris Labugan. 203 is Mark Thompson, 314 is Lucas Stevens, and number 388 is Craig Gagner. 223 is Joseph Contreras, 407 Ernest Boyd, and 231 of David Hunt. And number 79 is Tony Pitcock.
So I'm standing here with Dave McPherson. Congratulations on your win today. Tell us the main keys that brought you this championship this weekend.
The main keys is my support from my wife and my team. I should say Family Mcnology. They're doing awesome. Pirelli Tires works super today. Miles over there at Street and Comp always takes care of us. It's our 32nd year here at Daytona. I'm riding John Ashmead's bike. So John took a lap with us and helped me out, keep it upright and going good. And I guess it's 2 years in a row, so I guess we're coming back for next year.
Man, congratulations on your double championship, my friend. Absolutely proper mega. Let's go. Congratulations, Dave.
One more thing, I want to put out best wishes to Mr. Chambers. We miss him here. He's been a staple here forever, and kind of weird without him. We enjoy your guys' commentary, but we hope he gets well soon.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Nothing but best wishes for him, too, for sure. But congratulations, my friend. Are you going to be here in March?
Unfortunately, I am too old for the Moto America. I did it
come
until
on.
a couple years ago, and then I kind of got aged out. So,
Come on, no way.
I own the school bus that goes out in the middle of the infield every year, so everybody come by and say hi, and we'll have a nice cold one and some burgers with you.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to seeing you in March, my friend, for that burger and that cold beer. Congratulations again. Let's go.
Excited win for him, or guys excited to be on the racetrack. Yeah, John Ashmead, legend and Daytona 200 winner here, I believe 1989. He was the winner on a privateer Honda, basically, and yeah, what a finish for John Ashmead that year. Thanks, Chris, for bringing the action from down there, waiting for the grid to get set here. A couple riders out of place, just not in the right spot. They're lined up on the wrong mark. So just waiting for everyone to get back into the proper position. One rider against the wall there, still in a dangerous position as the experts take off into turn number one. That'll be one of the pole sitters there who gets the hole shot. It looks like that may have been Joshua Baird. So Joshua Baird with a hole shot there. Ryan Schoenfeld there in second. Sergio Demofetta right there as well. Still bunched up. Here go the amateur riders. Amateurs take off. Aaron Gustafson right there in the middle of the group with the bright orange leathers. And another one of the Midwest riders, Chris Labugan. Those two riders on the Yamaha R7 machines right in the middle. They have identical machines, just different colors. A nice move on the inside going into turn number 3. For that was one of the amateur riders there. We'll get a name on him here real quick as we go back to the timing and scoring here. All classes. Caden Brown. Looks like Sean Stanton and Caden Brown there in the front of the amateur field, just a few seconds back from the expert class riders. But up front, it is Joshua Baird on the number 99 machine. Let's see if he can hold on to that spot. He's got a little bit of a gap now back to that second place machine. The top 3, 4, 5, 6 riders now with a little bit of a gap back to the rest of the field. Through the tri-oval, the leader will go down low on the banking and get a nice run onto the flat. Up into the tri-oval, the Advent Health tri-oval here, and across the start-finish line for the first time. That looked like the number 99 machine of Josh Baird. We'll get a lap time here, and that is, in fact, Josh Baird up front on the 99, but it is Daniel Spalding on the 411 machine, and Merrill Moen is in third with Cora Lionheart. And you've got a good story there, Chris, about Cora. You talked to her a little bit earlier on today.
Yes, absolutely. Cora is an absolutely amazing human being, and she is so fast out here on the track.
Cora, one of our wheelchair competitors. So she's doing this at a little bit of a disadvantage from some of the other riders, but she is right in the mix there. She's one of our experts on the 886 machine. So good for her to mix it up there. Currently being shown right behind the number 5 machine, just outside the top 10 as we put 1 lap in the books. 6 laps main events for the last few races of the day here. This is the lightweight super sport race. Middleweight and unlimited super sports are coming up next. So this is race 4 of 6 today. I want to remind everybody we have a busy morning tomorrow. Of course, registration and tech inspection are open tomorrow morning from 7 until 8 o'clock. We have a mandatory riders meeting again at 8 a.m. in the Mobile One Victory Lane. So the garages will open at 7 o'clock tomorrow morning, and the riders meeting will take place at 8 o'clock, and they're scheduled to go on track tomorrow at 8:30 with Group A. That'll be all the amateur riders in unlimited classes, so that's going to be tight in the morning, an 8 o'clock riders meeting to an 8:30 on track with unlimited amateur riders as we put 2 laps in the books. And it looks like the second place rider, Chris, is getting a little bit closer here. Joshua Baird had a nice lead after the first lap, but it's Ryan Schoenfeld who's moved up a couple spots to that second place, and he's actually running the fastest lap of the race, a 2:04.604 to the 2:05.2 of Joshua Baird. That race is going to tighten up here as we get to the middle of this 6-lap main event.
Oh, it's definitely going to be a battle all the way to the end.
So Baird continues to lead through the infield into the little short chute between turns 5 and 6. Back to the left-hander. You'll backshift 1, sometimes 2 gears there, and then start winding it up, pull the pin to get up there onto the banking. The lightweight machines will usually start a little bit high on the banking, and then they'll start to fall and drift a little bit lower down to the middle or low side of the banking. With the horsepower of some of these machines, less than 80, maybe 75, 80 horsepower. Some of them, these lightweight machines are pushing 100 horsepower, but it just isn't enough to run high on the bank and use the slingshot down onto the flat sections here. A couple good battles in this lightweight super sport class, however. Again, we got Josh Baird and Ryan Schoenfeld up front. And then you got Sergio De Mofetta and Rafa Amarin right behind them. They got their own battle going on, about a second and a half behind the leaders. But that's the battle for the final podium position. And it's Rafa Amarim who's making a run down the low side of the banking to take over third place as they come to the stripe.
It looks like he's got a little gap on him too as well.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Like I said, you got first, second place riders up front, a little bit of a gap back to 2-3 or to 3-4, and then our 5th place rider is Daniel Spalding. Spalding back there by himself and doing a good job of just maintaining that top 5 position. Some of these races are point-paying regional rounds, so every point does matter here. Even though if you may not be winning the national championship, these are regional point-paying rounds, and some of these point-paying rounds are very, very tight coming to the last race of the year. So every point is important for Daniel Spalding there in 5th place, just behind the battle for the final podium position between Amarim and Molfetta.
Absolutely, and Daniel Spalding actually lives here in Florida, so he's a hometown guy.
Yeah, even though a lot of folks are close to the Daytona International Speedway, this facility only opens twice a year for motorcycles. That's in the spring and in the fall. So this is a unique opportunity here. It looks like most of the teams, Chris, were able to get all their equipment off of pit road for the evening.
Yes, it
because we know that they're going to close that pit road down as soon as racing is finished here today.
Looks like Joshua Baird has a half a second on Ryan.
Yeah, he's right there. He's still the fastest lap of the race, a 2:04.604.
He's just got to stick his head down and make it all come together for him.
Yep, Schoenfeld is right there as the leaders come to the stripe. He's got a little bit more of a lead this time by, so he's starting to stretch the legs of that machine just a little bit more.
looks like he pulled the trigger and is running away with it.
Yeah, he's didn't see halfway flags, but we are 4 laps complete.
Daniel's setting Spalding consistent lap times for being by himself, and that's something hard to do.
Yeah, absolutely. He's settled in there to 2:08.4. His fastest lap of 2:07.999. So yeah, good lap times for Daniel Spalding. And then back in the amateur class, you've got Caden Brown still leading the way on the number 54 with Kyle Wetherell. Wetherell up 1 spot over Sean Stanton. Stanton had an issue there. Aaron Gustafson back there in 4th with Mark Thompson in 5th. Jason Griffith in 6th and Chris LeBugan in 7th with Jose Contreras back there in 8th place. Caden Brown on the 54 set the fastest lap for the amateurs. It's a 2:06.278. 2:06.2 for Caden Brown on the number 54. And again, we'll get some quick interviews with a couple of these riders after each race as they roll through the Rolex chute and to the Mobil 1 victory lane. Joshua Baird with a nice gap now. He's separated himself from Ryan Schoenfeld, and we may actually be seeing Rafa Amarin putting his head down and starting to move up, and he may actually be challenging for 2nd place here soon. So we'll see what he can do here in the closing laps. They will see the white flag this time by with 5 of 6 laps complete. So 1 lap to go for Joshua Baird.
He's definitely got his head down and pulled the plug and made a 2-second gap.
Yeah, there's the gap back to Ryan Schoenfeld. And then here is Rafa and Sergio and Daniel Spalding rounding out the top 5 on that bright green Kawasaki. He's having a good time here this weekend.
Joshua Bird actually set the fastest lap of a race with a 2:04.297.
Yeah, exactly. Yep, I was just going to say that. So he, like you said, he's got his head down trying to keep that gap here and finish strong. It's like he can taste it now. He's going to be national champion if he can hold it together here for 1 more lap.
And how exciting is that to be the national championship at the end of the year with all that hard work finally paying off?
Yeah, that's one of the cool things about this Race of Champions, right? You have people from all over the country, all over the continent, and as well as from other countries. And this is a winner-take-all national championship. You win the race here at Daytona, and you win the championship. Now, again, there are some points chases for regional championships. But in regards to national championship, you win here at Daytona during the Race of Champions, and you are the national champion. And it's so cool in your position down there, Chris, in the winner's circle, to be able to just look through that visor and tell them, hey, man, after everything you've done this year, you are the national champion. Or women, there's actually quite a few women who have won national championships over the years in several different classes. One of them was Jessica Capizzi. Just a few years back, she won a few regional championships and came down here to Daytona and won some national championships, one of the fastest women in America. She is the spouse of Jason Farrell, who has several track records and several race wins here at Daytona International Speedway. Here comes the checkered flag for Joshua Baird. The number 99 machine will take the checkered flag, and he will be crowned your national champion in lightweight supersport. 384, Ryan Schoenfeld will be 2nd with Rafa Amorim in 3rd. It'll be the 298 of Sergio De Molfetta in 4th and the 411 of Daniel Spalding in 5th. Great ride for those guys as we wait for our amateur riders to come across the stripe. They're a little bit farther back. Caden Brown had actually moved up there, so Caden Brown will be crowned your national champion. That's the number 54 machine.
I'm so
2nd
happy
place
for
will go to
Caden
number
Brown.
276 of Kyle Weatherall. And third place will be the number 13 of Sean Stanton. So a good ride for those riders. So your national champions in the amateur class is Caden Brown, number 54, and it'll be number 99, Joshua Baird, in the expert class of lightweight supersport. Calls are going out for middleweight supersport. That'll be next. That'll be one of our more exciting races here this afternoon, followed by unlimited supersport, big bikes at Daytona. So it'll be a few minutes before those riders get back around to Chris in the winner's circle. We just want to remind everybody to get back over to that motorcycle marketplace on the front side of the speedway. Motorcycle marketplace just has so many things happening this weekend. There's so many cool fan experiences and interactive fan zone things going on over there. Trying to find my ad copy for what's going on over there, but man, there is so much happening. We were over there this morning. I was actually hanging out over there yesterday as Geico was getting set up, and Geico has all kinds of cool stuff going on, and you can roll your street bike up onto their stage, and they record your mileage, and you get prizes based on mileage of your motorcycle. So that's pretty fun. So this is middleweight supersport coming up next as we wait for our new national champions to work their way around to the winner's circle. We want to remind everybody that Advent Health really cares about your health. It's about a rally cry and a movement empowering you to take your health into your own hands. As our national champions will work their way to the Rolex chute, I'm going to send it down to Chris to catch these guys and get a quick word before we move on to middleweight supersport.
Yeah, I'm just standing here in the winner's circle waiting on them to show up.
Yeah, you got Josh Baird coming around the corner there on the number 99. Yep, just chase him down, Chris. Yep, so Joshua Baird into the winner's circle there, and then Caden Brown on the number 54. Caden Brown on the number 54 yellow plate there, and you get him into the winner's circle. Both set the fastest lap of the race. And before we get on with middleweight supersport, we're going to send it down to Mobile One Victory Lane and Chris Simcoe, who's got our winner, number 99, Josh Baird. Chris?
I'm waiting on him to come in here. I don't see him down here in the winner's circle.
Oh, you don't have Josh Baird there? That's not 99?
No. Oh. All right, so I am standing here with Josh Baird. They had him on the wrong race number. Josh, 2025 national champion. All that hard work this season. Bro, how does it feel? And tell us how it all come together for you this season.
Yeah, dude, it feels great. Anytime you get on the podium and Daytona too, right? I win a race at Daytona, dude, it's awesome. The only way this came together, all my sponsors helped me out throughout the year. We did a bunch of hooligan racing. We're doing some Twins Cup racing, and if it wasn't for them, my wife let me do this stuff and all that, man, we wouldn't be here. So I'm super grateful for all them, and Ezra for putting this event on, man, it's awesome.
Absolutely. Congratulations. And this is great momentum for you going into the next season that you're going to carry with you. And, yeah, your plans for next year.
Yeah, so next year it looks like we're doing a full Twins Cup on that bike, on this R660, and who knows, man. I'll ride anything, dude. I don't care.
I love it. Well, congratulations, 2025 national champion, Josh Baird. Let's go!
Yeah, there you go. Congratulations to the number 99, Josh Baird. Again, he turned the fastest lap of the race, a 2:04.297. Good lap for him. Then our amateur winner, number 54.
I'm standing here with Caden Brown right now. Caden Brown, what a proper mega season you had. You are the 2025 national champion. How does it feel?
Feels great. I don't really know what to say. I'm kind of stunned.
Listen, it's going to take time for all that to process in, right? So what were the key factors in this moment in this race today that led you to the win?
Definitely just to stay focused, breathe, kind of maintain myself. Kind of the same thing every race. So, yeah, a little bit tired from the endurance race, and then I had a back-to-back race right after that. So, it's all cool.
I love it. And tell us how this all come together. Who's all on your team?
Well, first off, my mom, my dad, and my sister. You know, they get me everywhere I need to go, get me what I need. Bison suits, join the herd, really good suits. Pirelli tires, super sticky. ASRA, yo, thank you.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations on the 2025 national champion, Caden Brown. Let's go.
Congratulations to both of those champions. As we move on to middleweight supersport, this is race number 5 out of 6 for the day. Tyler Scott will lead the field onto this 3.51 mile road course. Tyler Scott on the number 70 machine. Behind him, number 64, Shane Narbone, number 55 of Gabriel Da Silva, and number 5 of Ryder Davis. Also on the grid is number 211, Jared Malika, 218 of Austin Pulley, and 176 of Nikolai Greco. Number 33 is Sam Martin, 45 is Robbie Nigel, and number 326 is Stuart Lancaster. 94 is Muniz Sayed, 369 is Samuel Fisher, and 78 is Connor Coughlin. 126 is Kyler Kircher, 714 is Jeffrey Gray, and 643 is Scott Gilbert. The 993 is Martin Lewis, 21 is Darren Clemens, and number 89 is Matthew Braun. 4044 is Charles Burton IV. 26X is Ivan Iverson, and 508 is Bear Stevenson. 101 is Rich Foster.
No, absolutely.
And 220 is Kevin Kahn. 186 is Terry Ferguson. 365 is Bryant Taiawa. And number 27 is Christopher McCullum. Behind them is Wesley Edgar, Miguel Betancourt, Jason Fitcher, Scott Baird, Mohammed Mouchette, Isley Akers, Connor Jenkins, Austin Payne, Dustin Kindman, Benjamin Vowles, Andrew Baisley, and Sean Keach, Anthony Corigliano, Sean Durand, Nathan Bobitka, and Jeffrey Bonnard, Harrison Miller, Thomas Levin, and Stephen Aneem. 47th on our list is 325 of Chris Bouchard, Trevor McCrae, and David Mink. Ryan Webb, Noah Vanderweide, and Aaron Booth, along with Angelo Alvarez, Bo Oren, and Andrew Leach. Chris Beckworth and James Gregory will round out the field of 57 starters here, Chris.
What a race is to get ready to come up, but I'm actually standing down here in pit lane with Kyle Weatherall at the winner's circle. Congratulations on your second place today, Kyle. Tell us how it all come together for you this weekend.
Thank you. It's the first time here at Daytona. Got a little practice Thursday. Had a little bit of ground to make up. We chasing some faster guys and found a little bit of ground. Still got some work to do. I just want to thank AF1 Racing for being my sponsor this season, HSBK Ducati, and Preston Scott Edwards for helping me make this possible.
I love it. First time at Daytona and on the podium, baby. Let's go. Congratulations, Kyle Weatherwall.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Great interview. Good energy down there. Congratulations to all these riders who make it through, as the number 70 machine of Tyler Scott will get the whole shot here in middleweight supersport. Shane Narbone just behind him, and Gabriel Da Silva. Ryder Davis there as well, but it's the 70 machine of Tyler Scott who will lead the way through the infield. He's through the left-hander kink of turn number 4. 3 riders already breaking away here back to turn number 5 through that tight right-hander. Turn 3 and turn 5 here are very similar, just long right-handers. You kind of triangulate those and late apex and be able to get back on the gas and back to the center of the tire. The bike will spin through this left-hander turn number 6 up onto the banking as they get up close to the wall there for the first time. 3 riders all in the draft above the line, sucking up against the wall. Now they drop down low together. They're going to slide to the outside, and here comes Narbonne and De Silva. De Silva will go side by side down the back straightaway, and Tyler Scott will slide back 1 spot. It'll be De Silva who will lead going into the chicane, with Shane Narbonne right there as well, Tyler Scott and Gabriel De Silva. This is going to be a heck of a race, Chris, through all 3 riders out of the chicane. Oh, one with a little bit of a bobble, and it looks like it's Narbonne who's being left behind here. Ty Scott and Gabriel De Silva both go side by side through NASCAR 3. It's a drag race, and the advantage here is actually going to go to Narbonne because he's going to catch the double draft and come down the inside to the tri-oval. Look at that. That's how a double draft works at Daytona.
I'm actually standing down here in the winner's circle with Sean Stanton that got his 3rd place today. Sean, tell us how it all came together for you this afternoon.
Well, I'll be honest with you. Going into it, I didn't think I'd get past Caden Brown, but I don't know where that 2nd place guy came from. I'm the old guy out here. I just kept it pinned and tucked behind the bubble and did what I could. Made a couple of mistakes the last couple laps, almost blew the chicane. My quick shifter didn't work, so I had to actually use the clutch. But I got it banged out and finished 3rd. Real happy. Want to thank all my friends and family for being here, helping me out, get through this. It's not easy. If it was easy, everybody would do it.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations on your 3rd place at Daytona this weekend. I'm looking forward to watching you race again tomorrow and Sunday.
I'll be out here more.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's great. Absolutely. It's the number 70 machine of Tyler Scott who continues to lead. Narbonne still in the draft. De Silva now back to 3rd. All 3 of these riders trading positions around this 3.51 mile road course at Daytona International Speedway. It's a heck of a racetrack. They can now go parallel with Lake Lloyd, and it's going to be Narbonne sliding back to 2nd. De Silva there in 3rd with the youngster Tyler Scott up front on the number 70 Vision Wheel M-Star M4 Suzuki.
Gabriel De Silva's got a lot of momentum coming into this race, so we'll see if he can make it all come together for that 2nd win of the day.
Absolutely. So does Ty Scott, and remember that Shane Narbonne was just out there as well. So all 3 of these riders have a nice setup ready to go here. They know exactly what they're doing with their tires, and these are the sprint races. They just came off some nice long stints in the endurance race. And it is Narbonne who is chasing from 3rd as Tyler Scott and Gabriel De Silva lead the field into turn number 3. And Tyler Scott with just some serious momentum coming off of turn number 3. He just gets on the gas so much sooner than De Silva, it looks like. And he's able to gain a gap off of the exit of most of these corners. De Silva there in 2nd with Narbonne back in 3rd. Narbonne always tries to close up on the brakes here. Narbonne's got that motorcycle dialed in for the banking here at Daytona International Speedway. So he's able to stay in the draft and use the draft to his advantage. He's currently in 3rd behind De Silva. Oh, De Silva drops down, forces Narbonne to drop down. So now they're running right along the bottom of the apron through NASCAR 2 onto the backstretch. Into the braking area, it's still Tyler Scott in the lead with Gabriel De Silva in 2nd, Narbonne in 3rd. They'll exit the chicane in the same order. A little bit of a break between each one, but this is where the draft is going to suck them in. They're pretty even through NASCAR 3-4, so coming off the super speedway into the tri-oval, it's going to be the number 70 machine of Tyler Scott and Gabriel De Silva trying to pick up the draft as they come into the tri-oval here. Narbonne still back there in 3rd, starting to lose touch a little bit. He can still make it up through the infield. He has been faster than De Silva through the infield most of this race, as that should have been 3 laps complete. So we are halfway flags displayed to the field.
Tyler Scott actually set the fastest lap of the race with a 150.536. And Gabriel DeSilvio is right behind him with a 150.729.
Yeah, they're pulling each other through the wind there for sure. Narbonne is trying to play catch up at this point.
And then we got Ryder Davis in 5th place, number 5. He's doing absolutely incredible lap times too. He's doing a 154.423.
Yeah, absolutely. You've got Ryder Davis there in 4th. You've got Robbie Nigel in 5th. Going down through the order, Sam Martin in 6th with Austin Pulley in 7th. Nikolai Greco is 8th with Jared Malika in 9th. And Matthew Braun back there in the 10th place position. We'll switch over and display this by class and look at the amateur leaders. The number 27 of Christopher McCullum has set the fastest lap for the amateurs so far at 2 minutes flat .422. So a 2:00.422 for Christopher McCullum, the leader of your amateur class. Behind him is 2:47 Muhammad Mouchette in 2nd place with Scott Baird, the 8:04 machine, in 3rd. Miguel Betancourt is 4th with Jason Fitcher in 5th.
Looks like Tyler Scott's got his head down and is pulling away.
Starting to come into lap traffic now. The top 3 riders are going to encounter some lap traffic on the final 2 laps as the white flag is being displayed here at start finish at the Tri-Oval. So Tyler Scott and Gabriel De Silva will see that white flag this time by.
And they're neck to neck, almost coming down the front straightaway.
They are definitely in the draft coming through here, coming through NASCAR 4 and onto the flat. They go side by side, and they're going to encounter some slower traffic down into turn number 1 that may or may not decide the victor of this event. Chris?
Yeah, sorry, I was just down here talking to Josh Bird for a second. Okay, we don't know what way. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, leaders through turn number 10. They make it up onto the high banks of Daytona. In the closing laps, here's the white flag being shown to the field as the leaders work their way through slow traffic. Oh my goodness, it is going to be a mess in turn number 1 as they, oh my goodness, Tyler Scott goes around the outside of a slower rider as Gabriel De Silva goes inside. It was super risky either direction, and thankfully the slower rider just held his line and both riders made it through. But it's now Gabriel De Silva who will lead through the infield. Tyler Scott back in 2nd. They're going to encounter more lap traffic in the fast left-hander turn 4. De Silva will hold on to the lead. Tyler Scott trying to go the inside to 5, and he will make it. Tyler Scott now to the lead in turn 5, past another rider on the braking zone. They're going to get another lapped rider in turn 6, the left-hander, but it's going to be Tyler Scott leading De Silva out of turn number 6, out onto the super speedway. Scott drops down low on the banking. He's going to take the short way around. De Silva's going to have to manipulate that GSXR 750 to stay behind him and to stay in the draft. Tyler Scott sets the fastest lap, a 150.130, as they go into the braking zone of the chicane. Again, working the final lap, it's going to be a decision whether when they pull the trigger, but it's De Silva De Silva is in second place, so he's in a perfect position to have a draft pass if he can get in the draft of Tyler Scott and if he can find a good place. They've got clear traffic to the checkered flag. Here they go. They're side by side down on the apron. De Silva goes low. He's going to take the line away, and it's going to be Gabriel De Silva to the checkered flag, and he'll beat Tyler Scott to the win. Wow, what a finish.
What a race.
That's what we expect out of middleweight supersport at Daytona International Speedway. What a race. And that's going to be a heck of an interview with Gabriel De Silva on that machine. Tyler Scott will be second. Shane Narbonne a close 8 seconds behind considering the pace up front. Tyler Scott, again, the fastest lap of the race, a 150.130. Tyler Scott, a 153.4 on the final lap, given all of the traffic that they were in. And De Silva makes the win. It takes the win at a 153.238 lap time. So what a crazy race to the finish there. But it'll be Gabriel De Silva taking the win in the expert class. Number 70, Tyler Scott will be second with 64. Shane Narbonne third. When we go back and look at the amateurs, it's going to be number 247 of Mohamed Moshet taking the win, and number 27, Christopher McCullum in second place. McCullum set the fastest lap of the amateur field, a 2:422. Miguel Betancourt will come home in third on the number 222 machine. That's your top three finishers for amateur middleweight supersport. We got unlimited bikes coming up next, Chris.
Man, what a race that just was with Tyler Scott and Gabriel De Silva, man. He had a lot of momentum coming into this race, and I'm so proud of him.
Now that the fall cycle scene is up and rolling, the Geico is calling all Trailblazers to put your mileage in gear and at the milestone meter. Vroom to the stage, show off your mileage, and turn your miles into rewards. Just left of the motorcycle in the garage, we've got you covered. Just enter our sweepstakes, and you could be entered en route to a $500 gift card or a $500 RevZilla gift card. To get more info, visit geico.com or visit the Geico interactive display out in the fan zone. We've got the winners on their way towards the Mobil 1 victory lane, and Chris Simcoe, he's going to grab them there at the Rolex Bridge and talk to our winners. Looks like Shane Narbonne just rolling through there. Our amateur winner was the 27 of Christopher McCullum. As our unlimited machine's getting ready to go here.
I'm sitting here with Gabriel De Silva, second win of the weekend. Bro, how magical and how proper mega was that win for you today?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I mean, it's awesome being here at a home track. It's a new track to me, but I just gelled super well with it and had a lot of fun that race. I learned a ton. Obviously, it's brings me a lot of confidence knowing I can run with these guys. And yeah, man, just having a lot of fun. I came out this weekend to just ride, have a good time. I'm here basically by myself and just some friends and family, but man, it's been a blast, honestly, and thanks to the whole ASRA Cerritos crew. Thank you to Arai Bison for all their support that they've given me this year, and I'm just super grateful to be able to be out here racing.
What was some of the key factors that led you to the second win of today?
I just raced smart. I improved a couple of things myself as a rider, and now we're here and just put myself in a good spot, really, for that last lap.
Man, you had a lot of momentum coming into this race after that win. Ladies and gentlemen, Gabriel De Silva, second win of the day at Daytona. Let's go!
Absolutely. Gabriel De Silva, man, we talked to him for a few minutes last night. Again, that video is available on all of the Daytona social media networks, so make sure you check that out. Make sure you ping these guys here at Daytona International Speedway. Make sure you let them know that you're paying attention to what's happening here at Daytona. Make sure you like and follow at Daytona and Daytona International Speedway on all the social media platforms. And if you got something to post it and make sure you're tagging them. And we'll continue to do interviews throughout the weekend and post that up not only on the Daytona social media networks, Instagram, Facebook, and everything else, but it's also going to be on Chris Simcoe and Pin the Gas podcast. He's going to be pushing stuff out over his network, Cyclovision Network, pushing stuff out as well. So make sure you like all those platforms so you stay up to date on what's happening behind the fence, behind the wall here at Daytona International Speedway. A lot of cool behind-the-scenes stuff and a lot of cool interviews going on with some of the folks in the garages and some of the key people and some of the historic riders here at Daytona. So getting ready to go here with the Unlimited Super Sport class. They are heading out on course. Again, it's supposed to be a 35-mile-an-hour speed limit. 35 miles per hour speed limit. This is the final race of the day. This is Unlimited Super Sport. Unlimited Super Sport, our final race of the day. Again, remember, we do need to be out of the garages by 7 o'clock. So this, even though this race is going a little bit long here, we need everybody out of the garage area by 7 p.m. today. So get through tech inspection, get through whatever you need to do, get sorted out for qualifying tomorrow morning, and make sure you get out of the garages by 7 p.m. tonight. Remember, we got a riders meeting first thing tomorrow morning. Riders meeting is first thing tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock riders meeting. So make sure that you are get through the gates at 7 a.m. and you are ready to go for the mandatory riders meeting at 8 a.m. We'll run through the riders in this Unlimited Super Sport race here real quick, including Frank Babuska on the number 723 machine. My favorite here, Mr. Tony Storniolo on the number 79 machine. He's going to be one of the favorites in this race. Number 70, Bodie Page, who already has a win here this afternoon. Number 249 is Jordan Eubanks. 913 is Brian Pine. And number 16 is Ian Graham. The number 1 is defending national champion Antal Halaz. Number 25 is Nicholas Euler. And number 223 is Derek Delanoche. Number 153 is Terry Hurd. Number 3 is Danny Blackstone. And number 51 is Manzel Hines. Number 801 is Eric Komrowski. Number 96 is Brandon Posh. And number 618, Joseph Lamandry Jr. 79 is Ram Vakata. 18 is Darwin Perez. And number 202 is Jordan Netter. 63 is Ben Seacrest. 79X is Kevin Cortamanche, and 459 is Nicholas Stork. The 302 is Robert Powers. Okay. So one rider who didn't really understand what was happening and now is going reverse direction on pit road. Yeah. 579 is Brett Barnard. 313 is Nick Heilman. And 530 is Jason Castro. Number 7 is William Huckabee. 113, Jason McKinney. And 13, Mario Ferrone. 54 is Dwayne Brown. 137, Lewis Thomas. 121, James Simmons. And number 195 is Wesley Edgar. Riders back from their warm-up lap and getting back to their grid positions. Again, some of the faster qualifiers, Tony Storniolo there up front. Bodie Page on the number 70. Babuska very fast as well. A couple riders coming out late here. They're going to miss their race, as this is the final race of the day. This is Unlimited Supersport. Unlimited Supersport. Not sure what we're waiting for, just getting everybody into their final grid position. They're moving some people around back in the second wave. And they're still holding the field up front. Not sure why we still have a rider sort of perpendicular to the wall here at the start of the race. But the first wave is away. Looks like, Tony Storniolo was right there. He may have got that hole shot. No, he'll end up back there in second. It may have been Bodie Page. Looks like Bodie Page, who was able to get the advantage there early on over Tony Storniolo. Oh, one stall. One rider stalled in the middle of the amateur grid, and luckily we were able to get everybody away. They were able to avoid him. He will now join the field from the back of the amateur class, as the experts are already down in turn number 5 and making their way to the left-hander turn 6. Again, the 3 riders up front, Storniolo, Babuska, and Page, but Bodie Page with the advantage here early on. He will lead the riders up onto the banking. Tony Storniolo with that bright orange Kawasaki will be second. And he'll just rock it right past Bodie Page. Yeah, that wasn't even close. Once that 1,000cc machine got up to speed, Bodie Page didn't have a chance. He will go from first to third quickly on the banking there, and then close in on the brakes. Frank Babuska will take the lead over Storniolo as they cross through the stripe. Storniolo on that bright orange Kawasaki, Babuska on the 723 machine. Great horsepower. He was our pole sitter here.
Babuska just laid down a 150.952.
Yeah, great lap for Babuska. He was able to use that draft too. Storniolo set the pace early on, and Babuska just drafted right up alongside of him into the tri-oval to set that lap time. That's going to be, and that was from the first lap too. So that was from a standing start. So again, this class is where we normally see our lap records. A couple of years ago, the lap record was set in this class at a 144.0. I don't think we're going to see a 44 here this afternoon. But Babuska definitely using the draft to pull alongside Tony Storniolo. Again, Bodie Page right there, he was just outgunned on the banking. Bodie Page on that GSXR 750, and Babuska and Storniolo on the big 1,000cc machines. He just didn't stand a chance. But still trying to use the draft to his advantage and get up behind these guys. But Storniolo and Babuska just too fast once they get those things revved up into the high RPMs, and you can see him sliding into the wall here and into the tri-oval on these big 1,000cc machines, just these 180, 200 horsepower machines just trying to rip your arms off here at Daytona International Speedway. That's going to be a representation of a good lap there. Babushka at a 49.383 and Storniolo a 50.129.
We got Jordan Eubanks in 8th place. He ran a 154.288.
Yeah, fast lap times early on here. And in varying conditions as well, Chris, you've got shade on the western part of the speedway, and you've got bright sun on the Lake Lloyd part of the raceway. So it's varying conditions. You're going to have varying track conditions. It's going to be a little bit cooler over here in the shade, whereas it's going to be a little bit warmer over there in the chicane and the West Horseshoe. So varying conditions here as we get towards the end of the day. Again, this is our last race of the day. We got stuff coming up first thing tomorrow morning. The garages will open at 7 a.m. and we will have our mandatory riders meeting at 8 a.m. Several riders from their antics here today clearly did not go to the riders meeting, so we want to make sure we get everybody to that riders meeting. There will be some changes throughout the weekend, so we want to make sure that we get all that updated. There will for sure be changes to the schedule tomorrow, so if you are racing tomorrow, you got to come to the riders meeting. Make sure you're there so you don't miss the updates and the changes. And we've got a lot of stuff going on tomorrow afternoon, so we want to make sure that everybody is up to speed and up to date on what is happening as our two leaders go side by side across the stripe, and it'll be Storniolo who will take the lead into turn number 1. He gets that thing slowed down, and Babushka will have to settle for second place back there. Storniolo now up to speed and starting to get that Kawasaki wound up, and I think he sees the national championship in sight here, now starting to actually get some more time on Babushka. So something happened here where Storniolo just figured it out, and he's like, okay, now's the time to go. Just as I say that, Babushka closes up a little bit on the brakes going down into turn number 5, but Storniolo now with the largest lead of the event, of the race, and he will lead Babushka down into the braking area of turn number 6. Bodie Page still back there in 3rd, fighting off a couple other 1,000cc machines.
Bodie's putting in one heck of a race, being on a 750 against the big boys on the 1000s today.
Storniolo with the fastest lap of the race, a 49.352, Chris.
That's absolutely fast around this track. And Frankie's right behind him with a 150.191.
Yeah, you think about it, it's only 5 tenths of, or,
Yeah.
well, 5 seconds. 5 seconds off the overall lap record here under perfect conditions. A little bit of a bounce out of that Kawasaki coming through the tri-oval. That's not the most comfortable thing in the world. Starting to work into some lap traffic here. Whoa, as Bodie Page just barely clears a slower rider in turn number 1. Again, getting towards the end of the day here, just a few things to wrap up. We do need to clear the garages by 7 o'clock. Again, we do need to clear the garages by 7 o'clock. So if you got tires you got to swap or whatever else, you got to get that done here in the next 30 minutes, or you're going to have to wait till tomorrow morning. The garages will close at 7 o'clock tonight. They will reopen tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Mandatory riders meeting at 8 a.m. tomorrow, and we're scheduled to go on track at 8:30. So it'll be a real busy morning tomorrow. And we've got another round of qualifying tomorrow morning, Chris. We've got 15-minute rotation tomorrow morning with all 6 of the riders. And again, there will be a change in the practice order tomorrow. So Everyone needs to make it to the riders meeting so that you know what's happening with the schedule changes tomorrow. And then right after our 6 practice groups, we get right back into racing with races 7 and 8, and we'll race right up until race number 13. At our lunch break, we're going to have a pretty cool skydiving team as part of our opening ceremonies. So the skydiving team, they're going to come in and they're going to jump over Daytona International Speedway with the flag, and we're going to play the anthem, and we're going to have all kinds of fun, and that's going to be our opening ceremonies for tomorrow. And then we're going to get back underway with our races, GTU, GT Lights, and GTO, and then finish the day with 4 of the ASRA National Championship classes. Those are going to be 7-lap main events. So a very eventful day tomorrow. Races 7 through 21 are all going to be tomorrow here at the Speedway.
Looks like we got a red flag.
Yeah, red flag, and that'll probably be a final. That'll probably be a final as we had 5 laps in the book. Yeah, copy that. So Chris, yeah, so they're just they're doing that just to get everybody in quick and finish the day and get everybody back to the paddock as quickly as possible. So that'll wrap it up, and chances are we're going to see Tony Storniolo as the leader. And look at that lap time, Chris. He dropped it another second, a 48.529. So Tony Storniolo with a 148.529 will take home the national championship in unlimited supersport, followed by the 723 machine of Frank Babuska, and third will be Brody Page.
What a race that was.
Fantastic race. And then if we look at the amateur class, it'll be the 202 of Jordan Netter. Jordan Netter, his fastest lap of 56.056. And then second place was Darwin Perez. Third place in the amateur class was the 63 of Ben Seacrest. So that's your order for amateur podium. It'll be Netter, Perez, and Seacrest. And in the expert class, it's Storniolo, Babuska, and Page. So we'll wait for those guys to get back here to the paddock area. And we will wrap up the day. Again, thanks to Daytona International Speedway, all the volunteers, all of our corner workers, and of course all of the sponsors of the series, including the AMA, the American Motorcyclist Association, the Road Racing World Action Fund, Dunlop Racing Tires, and Pirelli Racing Tires, and of course Jarritos Mexican Drink, who stepped up this weekend. And Chris, you've got the number 79 machine of Tony Storniolo, that bright orange Kawasaki, coming your way. Let's grab him and see how he feels about being the new national champion in this class.
Tony, congratulations on your win today, 2025 national champion. How did this weekend and everything come together for you to be the champion?
Oh man, it feels really good. It's been a good season for me, so to put it kind of put it all together and have a good performance here, it feels really good. I'm happy.
Absolutely, and who all is in your team that make this happen for you this weekend?
So Pirelli tires, they've been huge for me this year, just all the support. The tires they picked for Daytona are phenomenal. I mean, it feels great out there. Barrel Performance, he's been big for me. Woodcraft, Vortex, and actually the company I work for has been helping me out, so Quintech Integration. So
I love it. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2025 national champion, Tony Storniolo.
Yes. Tony, one of our Midwest champions, just always represents well. Good for him. So stoked for him. So that's going to do it, everybody. Again, garages close at 7 p.m. tonight. Remember that there are awards ceremony. The awards ceremony is going to be in the driver's lounge. The awards ceremony is going to be in the driver's lounge right behind the media center, which is the building just in front of the RORV lot between the two garages. So you want to get over to that driver's lounge as soon as you get wrapped up here today. They're going to close up pit road here in just a few minutes. So if you got stuff down there that you need overnight, you need to go grab that real quick. They're going to lock those gates up and you are not going to be able to get in there. So we are going to work our way over to the Driver's Lounge for these National Championship Awards presentations. We're going to celebrate our champions here at Daytona International Speedway. We appreciate everybody being here. Again, we go through the list of sponsors. Jarrito's obviously stepping up this weekend. We appreciate that. Dunlop and Pirelli Racing Tires, the AMA, and the Road Racing World Action Fund, Team Hammer Advanced Riding School, who put on such a great school yesterday and brought people out here to the Speedway. In regards to sponsors for Daytona International Speedway, of course, Mobil One, who sponsors Victory Lane here in Rolex. So we want to thank them and give them their props. Here at the fall cycle scene, you've got Advent Health as one of the key sponsors here because they really care about your health. Visit adventhealth.com to rally a movement empowering you to take your health into your own hands. Exalta, which is the coating system, proud to be a founding partner and the official finishes and coatings here of Daytona. Of course, Geico Insurance. Get more with Geico. General Motors and Chevy, who you see Chevy trucks all over the Speedway. They take care of all of the safety vehicles and everything else. If you need any accessories for your vehicle, just visit Chevrolet.com/accessories to learn more. Thanks to Chevy and all their support of the Daytona International Speedway. The FDOT wants to remind you to ride safe and wear your helmets and wear the right safety gear. This message brought to you by the Florida Department of Transportation. Celebrate responsibility. Remember to drive sober or get pulled over. The Rev Fire Group is the official fire group of Daytona International Speedway. And, of course, thank you to Sunoco Racing Fuels and Toyota. Make it over to the Daytona Marketplace, Motorcycle Marketplace. They've got all kinds of cool stuff over there. They've got a Geico demo ride program. They got bikes and base. They've got a slingshot show. Ton of social media going on. Make sure you add Daytona and Daytona International Speedway to all of your social handles and social media posts. DIS daily tours are always taking place, so if you're not racing, you can get on one of these cool trams and take a tour of the Speedway. And don't forget to buy your Daytona 200 tickets. Daytona 200 and Daytona Supercross tickets are for sale. Make sure you get over to the ticket office. You can also buy online. And, of course, Rolex and Daytona 500. There's just some cool stuff always happening here at the Speedway. So visit the website and get your tickets now. That's going to do it, Chris. We're going to wrap up. We're going to finish the evening doing some videos down in the garage area, and we're going to celebrate our champions over at the Driver's Lounge. Hopefully you're going to join us, and we'll see you first thing tomorrow morning. Again, gates open at 7 o'clock. Riders meeting at 8. We go on track at 8:30. On behalf of the ASRA Daytona International Speedway, Chris Simcoe, my name's Kenny Abbott, and we'll see you tomorrow morning. Thanks for joining us. God bless. Drive safe.